Welcome back to the WVW 2014 National Electronic Sports Classic. And this is a competition for $25,000, China's top teams coming together to play. So Orenda sort of got stomped in game number one. I mean, they had a great little advantage. Everything was going well, and then it all just fell apart. You know, I thought that maybe the tri-lane had to do something for Tongfu, and it turns out that they didn't. It turns out that all they had to do was win the other lanes, and they had an Ember Spirit that just did absolutely nothing. And nothing worked out for them, honestly. So heading into game number two, we'll see what Orenda have to offer. This is a best of three, so we'll be playing out at least this game, and then possibly another one if Orenda are able to take one back here. But Tongfu have banned out the Bat Rider as well as the Lycan. On the other side of Orenda have banned out the Invoker as well as that Dazzle, both which really tore them a new one in the last game, to be honest. I mean, and the Invoker was unbelievably strong against them, the Dazzle as well. But Tongfu doesn't really seem to have an issue with that, as it lets them pick up the Ancient Apparition, and then they follow that up with the Ember Spirit, and maybe they'll show us how Ember Spirit should be played.
Tongfu's
that not 4-4, the Flame Guard build really is just, it's just not good. If you're not like snowballing out of control, it's not nearly as good. But Orenda picked themselves up the Centaur as well as the Rubik. So those are their tools for trying to take this game
10 seconds
and battling back into this, forcing a game number three. Are they going to be able to do it? I'm not sure. It looked like Tongfu was really just on a different level in the last game in terms of the way they were playing, in terms of the way they were executing their ganks and team fights. So I'm not sure Orenda have what it takes, but I guess we're going to find out here moving in to game number two. They've banned out the Marana as well as the Sand King. And I'm actually a little surprised to see the Sand King ban, because, I mean, I guess it just, there's always, basically the reason I'm saying that, the Sand King did a good job last game, but in the end, it didn't really seem to matter. There wasn't really enough follow-up damage, but perhaps Tongfu realized that that was really one of the only things going the way for Orenda, so might as well just ban it out. And they've been out the Shadow Shaman as well. So they're just trying to limit the options here of Orenda and make it so perhaps they have to get pushed a bit out of their comfort zone, or, you know, they have to go with the strategy that they aren't entirely comfortable with. I think this is a good idea. I mean, against a team like Orenda, you know they're brand new. You know that their pool of strategies that are highly practiced is probably a bit lower. I think I have seen a completely different strategy out of them every single time, though.
10 seconds
it's actually been it's been pretty interesting. Usually these newer teams, you kind of want to find one thing that works for you, and then, you know, really drill it out until you're comfortable with it. But at this point, they've kind of just been throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks. And you know, they've had a couple good series. They have taken a couple games off CAS. I think they took a couple games off a couple other teams as well recently, but against Tongfu, not working out so well. And they've banned out the Nyx Assassin as their last ban, and you know, I think that's just fine as well. XBJ did handle that fairly well last game. Nyx wasn't really able to have a full effect like what we normally see out of him, but really that was just because the teams were just 5v5 fighting the entire game, or 5v5 looking at each other and then fighting every once in a while. But heading into the second pick phase, we'll see where Tongfu and Orenda want to bring this. Orenda, I like their picks so far. They have the Centaur, they have the Rubik. I think Rubik is, I mean, it's incredibly good against Ancient Apparition. If you can steal Chilling Touch, it's a huge deal. But, I'm not sure. I mean, Tongfu, their lineup so far at least, is pretty low on HP. Ember Spirit does not have a ton of HP, neither does the Ancient Apparition. So it's possible that they might get abused by this Centaur. He might just be, if he gets the stomp off on them and he's a decently high level, the double edge is going to hurt quite a bit.
Radiant team pick.
That is assuming, of course, that this Ember Spirit is going to be going 4-4-0, not the Flame Guard build. And it's a Lion for Tongfu. Huh. Well, I mean, I do like this hero. I don't particularly like it against the Rubik, but I guess pretty much no matter what support you pick is going to be rough goings up against someone like a Rubik. I mean, at least it's not a Bane or something. Bane is really the hero you want to shy away from when the other team has a Rubik, because you just get Fiend's Grip for free every single time. So definitely not ideal. Third pick here for Orenda. We'll see what it's going to be.
Reserve time.
How are they going to tie this team together. I expect this is probably going to be an off-lane Centaur. I mean, really, this Eastern scene, the Chinese scene, is where the Centaur came out of. And it is unbelievably good. I mean, it's basically Bristleback with a stun. And they pick a Spectre. Wow, so it looks like they're going to be bringing this one to the long game. They want to bring it late with the Spectre. And the cool thing about Spectre is he does still do a decent amount of damage early, despite really being a late game carry. And a lot of that is just due to Desolate. I mean, if you can get yourself good positioning, it's quite good. And they pick themselves up a Timbersaw once again. And, I mean, if it's not broke, Timbersaw did extremely well for them. He was a powerhouse of damage. He had the mechanism extremely early. And it really helped them in those mid-game team fights. So I think this is a nice pickup for Tongfu. How are they gonna? I think this is gonna be just a normal.
10 seconds remaining.
I expect this is sort of just gonna be a normal tri-lane with a solo lane Timbersaw. I don't think we're gonna see anything crazy here out of Tongfu. Everything looks pretty normal.
Reserve time.
And the fourth pick for Orenda. What's it gonna be? Are they gonna go for something like a more aggressive mid laner? Like a TA or something. How are they going to match up against this Ember Spirit? Well, it's going to be a Storm Spirit, so that is certainly an aggressive mid laner. He does take a bit to get rolling along, but I like this hero a lot. I think he's pretty good against Ember Spirit. You do have to be careful once the levels start moving along in Sleight of Fist. It can be really, really bad because your HP pool is quite low as Storm Spirit. So you need to be careful not to get caught. I mean, if you get caught by a Searing Chain Sleight of Fist, you're not guaranteed dead, but it's going to be a huge problem. You're going to get pushed way out of the lane. So this is sort of a risky pick from Orenda. I mean, it's decent once Storm Spirit has some levels and has his Orchid. You can pretty much burst down the Ember Spirit easily, but getting there can be hard. Last ban phase, Visage banned out for Tongfu. Visage is a hero that's... I can't believe I'm saying this. He's kind of been ignored recently. I mean, we haven't seen him nearly as much, but definitely still a force to be reckoned with. So he's going to be banned out here. And the Weaver, again, is the last ban. There's just no lockdown for that Weaver on the side of Orenda. That would be a catastrophic pick against them. And Tongfu are going to go for the Lifestealer. Well, similarly, there was no answer for the Weaver. There's definitely no answer for the Lifestealer here. I mean, they've got absolutely nothing. And what do they need? It looks like they are in need of one more support or a jungler. Sand King not available. Maybe they go for... Well, there's not a lot of great options left, honestly.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess they could go for something like
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know, because you need to pick someone who has enough HP that Timbersaw doesn't just kill them and that Ember Spirit doesn't just kill them. But that's kind of a hard thing to actually fulfill. I'm not really sure where Orenda are going to pick here. I guess you could go for like Enchantress or something and try to like pick up some early towers with the Centaur, but that doesn't seem very good at all. It looks like they're just going to try to prolong this game until the Storm Spirit has a huge effect, until the Spectre is ready to carry the team, and it's going to be a lot up to the Centaur to actually do that. So he does need a bit of help here. What is that help going to be?
10 seconds remaining.
9 seconds left. They need to make a decision. And it's going to be an Abaddon. Interesting. Well, this is decent against the Lifestealer. It's decent against Ember. This is okay. I think this is a pretty cool pick. It's going to give them some resilience as well, so we'll see how they want to use this moving forward. I'll be interested to see exactly how they do this. Yim, he played the Darkseer in the last game. He is going to be on the Spectre this game. And let's do a quick introduction of the teams for Tongfu. It's going to be Sorry Fox on the Lifestealer. Over on the Ancient Apparition, it's going to be XBJ, Q going to be picking up the Lion. Oh, look at that Shagbark dropping some petals. On the Timber Saw, it's going to be MT. And the last one, to bring it all in, U9 on the Ember Spirit. And if we bring our way over to the other side of things, for Orenda, it's going to be Yim on the Spectre. Sporting a very nice set. On the Abaddon, it's going to be... Oh, God. He left. Where did he go? Abaddon, come back. Yi on the Abaddon. On the Rubik, it's going to be Leonalee. And then over in our other lands, I'll check it out. 290, going to be bringing on the Storm Spirit. And the last but not least, on the Centaur War Runner, is ZYF. So Orenda have switched around the lanes just a little bit. ZYF was previously the hard carry, but we'll see how it works out for them in this game with Yim on the Spectre. And things for Tongfu look exactly the same. Q and XBJ on support. Sorry Fox on the carry. Nice Sentry Warrior there. U9 in the mid lane and MT on the soul lane. And now that if they find out that this is an aggressive tri lane, they must know. I mean, there's this ward over here.
Hey, where did I go?
They must know this is happening. This is going to be a bit rough, I think. Chilling Touch is going to kind of own them. Well, we'll see how it works out. Sentry goes down. They're going to get a nice little D ward there by Leonalee. So that starts things in the right direction at least. But now XBJ, he's hiding. Oh my God, they do have Chilling Touch. They have Hex as well. No, Q. Just not quite close enough. But look at the right click. Ow, is all I can say when I look at that. Jeez, that hurts. But no first blood yet. Although it was not from a lack of effort. That's for sure. They put down another ward there to give themselves some visions of the jungle, figure out exactly what's going on, if people rotate around or pull. And now I think we're going to continue to see Tongfu be very aggressive in this lane. As soon as Chilling Touch is back up, I think we can expect to see some fireworks in this. Sorry Fox and Q are here. Bring your eyes towards the top lane. MT should have an okay time in this lane. He has got the Whirling Death up against ZYF, which is really good. Takes away some of the strength as well. 290, how are things going against U9? Well, things seem pretty good for him so far. It's really like the middle part of the laning phase that gets hard for Storm Spirit here. The early part is okay. You can kind of abuse Remnant and the overcharge and just kind of bully him out of lane, but... And oh my God, he's going Flame Guard. Well. Oh well. Everything I said about this lane is no longer valid. We're going to have to take a look at it again in a couple of minutes here. Since he is going the Flame Guard build, not 4-4-0 build. And the tri-lane, well, they're just continuing to stare at each other. No action quite yet. I think once this Ancient Apparition perhaps comes back around, they're going to be looking to bring some heat, bring some Chilling Touch damage. But it doesn't look like they're in a hurry to do so quite yet. And I think they know that they're actually in a huge advantage in this lane because these heroes are just deathly afraid of going near them. U9 taking some damage in the mid lane, but it's because the Rubik has rotated over. And with the Rubik gone, I mean, Yim is just... He's not even touching the lane right now. He is not even near the lane. He has one last hit compared to Sorry Fox's 11. And they need some assistance in this lane because having a Spectre who is doing absolutely nothing for the first 5 minutes in the game, not even getting near the creeps, is a huge issue. But he knows he just can't even go close. I mean, they have Impale, they have Hex, they have Open Wounds, and they have Chilling Touch damage to go on top of it all. They even have Ice Vortex to slow him down. So, Yim needs to be extremely careful here. And he knows it. I mean, he's just playing so far back, hiding in the trees. Only 2 levels in the Abaddon, so we can't even heal him up that much yet. I mean, they have the Aphotic Shield to help a little bit, but... things are already not looking good for Orenda. The good news is that this mid lane is going very well for them. 290 is playing a bit better than U9, and with him going the Flame Guard build, there's not too much pressure for Storm Spirit. Basically, You just have to not get caught by Searing Chains, and you'll be fine. If you don't put yourself in a position where he can Searing Chain you and then just run at you, then you shouldn't really have a problem in the lane. And as soon as you're level 6, that's definitely not an issue. And he hasn't died yet, so I think things are going all right. Oh, a couple pings here. There is a ward spotting out the movement by XBJ. Lion moving as well, and it looks like they've decided that this lane is dealt with. And oh, they actually come back around. They were just checking for the rune, I think. Centaur is way over here. Looks like he wants to get a kill on U9. No level 6 yet. There is a double damage for Storm Spirit, and a bit of a weird build. He has 2 levels in Pull, 2 levels in Overload, and wow, that gank just did not work at all. Looks like they had a bit of sparring in the bottom lane while we were busy in the mid lane, and Yim taking a lot of damage. Sorry, Fox, but everyone healing back up. Clarity for Abaddon. And sorry, Fox, well, he is just going to continue hitting creeps. He has no problem not leaving this lane. Now, MT does not have a single level in Timber Chain. He is about to hit level 6, though, if he does want to pick one of those up. And it looks like they've rotated the Centaur over. Needs to be a bit careful here. And now, level 6. Picks up a level in Chakram, so he's not going to have that available to him if he gets in a really rough situation. Interesting that he has 2 levels in this reactive armor. I guess it's to help get extra regen against ZYF, who has the return damage and has double edge to deal with him. And I think they're just trying to maximize his HP all the time and make sure that it never really goes too far down. Otherwise, you might get bursted by the Centaur. Well, 8 last hits here at 5 minutes and 41 seconds for Yim. And, man, Orenda just can't seem to catch a break. They did pick themselves into this tri lane, so you don't really feel bad for them. Abaddon is kind of like cool, but he doesn't actually help you that much in terms of if they just run at you, like what do you do? If they just right click you with Chilling Touch, what do you do? Abaddon doesn't really help you in that situation. So 6 minutes, still no first blood. And I think it is going to be in this bottom lane at some point. I think he just accidentally hit a rage. And Orenda actually going to try to go on this. This is definitely a window of opportunity with rage accidentally used like that. And ZYF, he was about to stomp. No, he gets axed. Is this going to be the first blood? There's the impale, does get the stomp off. Ooh, might be the other way. No, he goes down to the burning of the Flame Guard, which I said was terrible, but you know, it got them the first blood, so I guess it's not that terrible. He's going to go home, heal up. Is he actually going to zap all the way back over to this freaking Spirit? I guess he is. Tower's going to hit him a couple times, but that's not that big of a deal. So there's the first blood in the mid lane. It looks like, you know, the line makes it out all right. It was really close there for a second, but he got a little bit aggressive. I think he didn't realize how much that Flame Guard damage was actually going to do. And there is a kill in the top lane. Missed that one. Can't catch them all. Timbersaw is going to go down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And I'm a bit surprised they're not trying to more actively kill Yim, but I guess when you only have 18 last hits at 7 minutes as a Spectre, then there's not too much pressure to do so. He's going to be going for phase boots. A little bit of extra damage in lane will definitely help
tower is under attack
with that CS. And sorry, Fox, taking a lot of pressure here. Is only level 4. Something I actually had not noticed. Only level 3 for the Ancient Apparition, so low levels for this tri lane actually. Quite a low level. I think they do now need to get a couple kills here. And with the pole camp available, it's pretty easy for Orenda to get this level advantage when you're in a defensive tri lane. Sorry, Fox really wants to move forward here. And wow, they're just staring at each other. But I think they need to get a couple kills here to get a couple levels. And they're gonna move forward. There's the Hex, but now Q, he's the one that gets gone on. Centaur pops off. The Rampage isn't enough. Q looks like he might go down here. It's gonna be close. does pop the Abaddon, but now U9 has come over. They want to get Yim. There's the chains, holds him in place. He is going to get brought down quite easily. Down he goes. So in the end, they trade back and forth. I think that is a bit in favor of Tongfu. And MT just continuing to farm away here. Is he going to go for another mechanism? Blink Dagger going to be really available very early if the Centaur stomp off an MT. He gets brought down yet again. That's the second time he's been caught by that same exact combo. Rotation just a bit too late from Q. XBJ trying to get his level 6. They need to get levels on these supports and things will be a lot easier. And level 6 on the Lifestealer. And they're working towards level 6 on XBJ. Lion trying to do the same. So they're just really trying to get those levels back under control after not getting any kills in that trial lane. I mean, mission's still accomplished for them. They shut down Yim for quite a long time. Unfortunately, he has found back his footing and is continuing to farm up. And since he hasn't died a lot, it's going to be pretty easy for him to come back and farm his way back into this one. The pressure needs to continue from Tongfu, I think. And oh, now pressure coming out from 290. Q gets caught. There's a Hex. Is that actually going to keep him alive? What an impale! Holy shit, what a player. It's not going to save him as they move forward, but this is one of the weirdest Storm Spirit builds I have ever seen. What the hell is happening here? He has 3 levels in Remnant, 3 levels in Vortex, 2 levels in Overload. Normally you see either maxed Overload or 3 levels in Vortex, then max Overload. Not 2 levels and 3 levels in Remnant. That is pretty bizarre. Weird game. But in the mid lane, XBJ taking a lot of damage. It looks like nope. Oh my god, they let him live. Orenda, no.
Structures are fortified.
How do you let him live with 9 HP, man? Oh god. That is a kill they would have loved to get. And now Centaur has picked himself up a Blink Dagger, so the initiation going to continue for him. Having quite a successful game so far. Able to hook up with the Storm Spirit to get a couple kills on MT. And in the bottom lane, it looks like Sorry Fox, as well as U9 on the Ember Spirit, are going to be looking to make something happen here. And be a bit more aggressive on Sorry Fox. Pops off the Rage. And there goes Pops the Euphodic Shield. Q's here as well. And this looks very bad for Yim. He goes down to the Sleight of Fist. He's stuck in the back now. I mean, he has borrowed time. It's going to be very hard for them to kill him. But it is going to make it so they can just pressure the tower, incidentally pop that borrowed time, and then take him down. Ancient Apparition here as well. This is still not level 6 though. Jeez, really needs to get that ultimate alive so he can just start launching that thing all over the map and be the Ancient Apparition that no one likes playing against. Down goes the tower. Well, looks like they're not going to let this one go for free, and they should get the deny here. Oh, nice job by Tongfu. Looks like they are, they're recouping a bit in this top lane. 1,200 gold for MT. He has moved himself out of this lane. He knows that, he has already died a couple times, but they move forward. Rage pops off. He gets the Rage before the stomp. They have to rampage away. Pops himself into a creep. And crisis averted. Good reaction time on that Rage, though. That could have been very bad if they actually get that stomp off lethally. Taking a lot of damage in the mid lane to U9. Tries to get the Spirit out. Not enough. And now he is left evacuated. Pops down the Spirit. Way in the back. It's quite far back there. It makes me think he's going to try to pop U9. Oh, 290 rather. And there's the Searing Chains. And he is out of here. And then he's just going to come on back. He's got the drums as well. And this game going much better for this Ember Spirit. Even though he still went Flame Guard, he's found himself the levels, he's found himself the kills, found himself a farm to still have 4 levels in Sleight of Fist quite quickly to make sure that he still's got tons of damage to deal. And there's the ultimate. The U9. Oh, there's a stomp. Oh, needs to be careful. And nope. He's out of here. Put one way in the back. They used the stomp. They were quite confused there. They were like, where did he go? He left. That's the beauty of the Ember Spirit. Sorry Fox continuing to farm up here. So I think a lot of this is going to come down to the mid-game strength of these two heroes. These two heroes need to figure out a way to bring this game into their favor. They have the Blink Dagger on the Centaur, They have got a couple levels on the Storm Spirit. He does not have his Orchid yet, but it's not from a lack of effort. 2-0, 71 last hits for himself. Taking a look at the net worth, he is in the lead by just a bit. Tongfu, though, with the overall gold advantage. Again, they see 1 hero and then 3 for Tongfu, so Orenda can't get the farm for everyone. And they want to move forward on Sorry Fox. There is a Naix inside the Centaur. Are they actually going to be able to get this? There's a lot of heroes here for Tongfu. This could backfire pretty hard on Orenda if they're not careful. They really need to be careful with how they execute this. I'm not sure they have enough damage to bring down Sorry Fox. Now they're going to try to make it happen. There's the Rampage. Rage goes off, and they are able to bring down the line extremely easily. Leanly getting brought down, though. Now 290 pulling off UU9, but he's going to try to... Ooh, he's out. Leaves. A ultimate is going to come through. Pops off the borrowed time. Not much else, though. And now they move back in. XBJ, he's going to be taking a double edge here in a second. There it goes. But no, it's not enough to kill him. Sorry Fox gets another one. He's still alive. Yim on the run as well. 290 able to grab one in the back here. Moves forward on XBJ as well. Trying to get enough damage. Is there going to be enough? Yes, there is. But now he is out of mana. Sorry Fox is in pursuit. He's here. Is it going to be enough to protect him? They pop a drum charge. They want this kill. He's going to try to chase down someone. There's the lift. And he zaps away for his dear life. Empty here as well. He moves forward. Now 290 on the run. They still haven't killed anyone else from Orenda. Oh my god, there's dueling chakrams. This fight is all over the place now. Sorry Fox pops up the range and moves forward, but there's a TP in from the Centaur, and that is going to force a disengage from Tongfu. Back and forth, and in the end, they just trade 1 for 1, I'm pretty sure. I think XBJ died. Did he die? He died to the Storm Spirit. So, man, what a crazy game we've got on our hands, though. And that's half the Orchid, and they're immediately going back. They want to continue the pressure. And it looks like Q knows what's up. He needs to be very careful. He's probably got his finger on that X button. There's the Rampage, moves it forward. Not able to get it off. And the Chakram going to help secure that one off of the Rubik. What a brutal ability to get stolen from you. Definitely one of the worst case scenarios. And he knew that was coming. They had the ward here, but... oh, they were smoked, so maybe he didn't know that was coming. But it's possible he knew that was coming. I mean, it looked like he was running away like he did, but there was just nothing he could do about it, really. It's possible he saw them smoke under it. Hard to say, but... to say the least, he knew that was happening. So he was trying to get himself out of there, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately. And now Orenda are just pressuring the top tower. Trying to create some space for Yim to actually get some farm here. And U9 has popped himself, or grabbed himself a lifestealer, but unfortunately they did it right under the observer ward, so they know exactly what's happening here. Question is, can they do anything about it? Timbersaw has again picked up the mechanism a bit later than last time. Now they smoke up. Tongfu going to be the ones to bring the pressure now as Yim, he is TPing up. I think he accidentally canceled his TP. I assume that was an accident. And they move towards the top lane. There are 3 heroes here. There's Blink Dagger on one, and Storm Spirit is the other. So it's going to be a bit hard to actually catch them. We'll see. Are they able to do it? Nope. Not able to grab it. Now they're... oh, he's moving forward. Still not able to do so. There's the double searing chains. Leanly is stuck. And the A ulti going to sail through. Oh, that is just a bit off the mark from where they really want it to be. Yi. Borrow time is popped. And now 290 is just going to go home, heal up, and then come back. Invis rune for MT. And still, 8-8. They continue to trade kills here. At 17 minutes in the WVW National Esports Classic. ZYF has not done quite as much with this Blink Dagger as I would really have hoped, which is saying a lot because he's gotten a couple of kills. But I think he's really, like, at this point, I think Orenda are relying on him in the Storm Spirit in this mid-game to make it happen. And now the Orc is up as well, 18 minutes, and the Armlet for Sorry Fox. That's going to be the damage-dealing item for him. Forming around the tower still, the Timbersaw on the run away. He has the Haste rune for himself. 2 runes right in a row for him, pretty nice. But they're just creating space for the Spectre, who I think is going for a Radiance. This is a really strong edit on this hero. Obviously, with all of the illusions that go around, it also helps you farm faster, which is something you really do need, as there are no flash farm mechanics for the Spectre. And now Orenda, it looks like they want to try to grab a kill here on XBJ. I don't think they're going to have a problem doing it. Yeah, they easily get that one. This is the bad thing about Ancient Apparition, is she's just so squishy. Another pick off for them. I mean, they are committing a lot to this, though.
Radiant's middle
The good news is
tower
that Storm
under
Spirit
attack.
continuing to farm away. At the top of the net worth, right next to him, though, is the Ember, as well as... Oh, in the mid lane, though. Rampage, move forward. It's enough to bring down the Timber Saw, and that's the kind of action that I'm hoping for. Yim, he has put himself right in danger, though. Wow, that was questionable.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not sure what he was looking to make happen on that one, but Centaur moves forward, gets the stomp off the double edge as well. Tongfu crumbling. They buy back.
Under attack.
But is it enough? Tongfu really... What is happening to them? But Sorry Fox appears to be able to bring this one back for his team. There's not a lot of mana for 290. Does get the pull off here. Chilling Touch. Pops off the armlet. Not enough. And now the Ancient Apparition has found himself in a bit of trouble. He's up in the air life, so they're going to buy back. Is that going to be enough? He's TPing forward. Q is here as well. Does have Finger of Death available in just a couple of minutes. Blinks, or a couple of seconds. Blinks away, though. And... Centaur's out here. Tongfu take a beating in that fight. Sorry Fox seems like he was a bit late to the party or something. He came around the side. Did manage to chunk down a couple of heroes, but not before he lost many
Dire's
of
middle
his
tower
team.
has been denied.
U9, is he going to be going? He is going to be going for a BKB next, so he realizes that he needs to be able to live through these little initiations and be able to put out his damage. He's just continuing to farm up. I have to imagine this is Radiance. I can't really see this being anything else. Just checking to see if you already bought the recipe or something. Oh, and moving on. Sorry Fox. The Orchid's out. Do they have enough damage to bring him down? It looks like they do. Down goes 290. Mechanism recipe is picked up for the Centaur. He is having the game of his life. Quite farmed. Now really starting to make things happen with that Blink Dagger. That's what I was talking about. And they're hooking up. Those two, they have a little bit of help with the Abaddon as well, who seems to be just putting a fodder shield on them when they move forward, making it even more painful to try to stop them. And 290 pops down the Remnant, wants to... I think he really is just looking for vision of someone. These do give you a little bit of flying vision, so... And is this the initiation they're looking for? Haun's here. There. They move forward on Q. He's still silenced up. Stomp as well. It looks like he is going to die. Down he goes to the Orchid. And now ALT is going to come through. And that's godlike on 290. This game really going well for him. And it looks like Orenda might be forcing a game number 3 here, as they have really just taken this game back. Yim, even with a couple questionable plays, still managing to do okay. And wow, Tongfu called GG at 22 minutes. I can't believe that. I guess they've decided that it's just gotten out of control. The Spectre is too much for them to handle. And they GG out at 22 minutes here in the WVW. Well, I'm What a Sip. I can't believe that game ended so quickly. Jeez. You can find more from me at What is Hip TV on Twitter. Hope you guys have enjoyed the cast here on Beyond the Sun. We'll be back with game number 3 in just a couple minutes.